folks. It's Jimmy Stewart here, hoping this is finding you all doing well. Today's video, I have another surprise for you, and it's again, say it with me. Come on, say it with me. It's new guitar day here in the studio once again, and this time I'm going to be bringing in this guy right here. Now this is the IYV. This is the IPF-300 TSB Tobacco Sunburst. This is their PRS style version of a semi-hollow. Think of a PRS SE hollow body. It's kind of marketed after that. And of course, this is the budget version. That PRS runs around $1,200. This is selling on Amazon right now for around $215. It does fluctuate. Seems like every day most of the pricing on Amazon is fluctuating. So I paid a little bit more than that for it when I bought it. I picked it up like last week. And right now I looked this morning. No, it was yesterday morning I looked, and it was around $215, I think it was. So, you know, you need to play that little bit of a poker game with Amazon to see what that price is doing. But again, even in that $200 to $250 price range, this is a great bargain. People have been talking about this guitar for a long time, and I kind of, didn't pick one up when I first saw them. They've been on Amazon for a while, and then they come and go like all the IYV guitars do. They sell out, and then another batch comes in. And I decided to go ahead and grab one this time. And again, it's based on mostly people telling me, Jimmy, you really need to take a look at that guitar, to add to your IYV collection of guitars. And I thought about it, and I said, well, I really don't need another semi-hollow. But I didn't have a PRS type of version of this particular guitar. And they make a version of this in the solid body as well, and that's the IP-300, and that's a neck-through guitar, and people like those, they love them. And again, I thought about that, and I decided I would go with the semi-hollow instead. But again, it's more based on weight for me. I prefer something that I can just pick up and run around with. I know that the neck-through version is fairly heavy, or at least most people say it is, and I preferred something a little lighter, and this is very light. I like it, and that's my preference, especially when I'm going for something like this. And plus, I didn't have a 25 scale, which is what this is based on that PRS scale, and a 24 fret guitar. Haven't had one in a while, so I decided to go ahead and go with it. This is the Tobacco Sunburst model. Again, it's very, very cool. This Vine of Life or Tree of Life inlay on here, it looks wonderful. Let's face it. It's very, very fancy. It looks great. It's really not my thing, to be honest, but hey, it's part of the guitar, and I think you're spending some of that money that you're spending on this guitar for that inlay, and it does look very, very nice. They did a very, very good job on it. I, of course, will give you the up-close and personal video of this guitar like I do for them all, so you can get a good look at it. But I will go over some of what I've seen since just taking this out of the box. In fact, let's do that little B-roll when I took it out of the box. Woo-hoo, ladies and gents. It's new guitar day here at the studio. And once again, a little B-roll unboxing of this new piece that we got here today. All right, we're going to see what we got. Whoa. Can you tell what it is? nicely packaged, looks like. Hopefully no damage. All right, on with new guitar day. Okay, so since removing it out of the box, I've let it acclimate for a few days here in the studio, to be honest with you, because unfortunately, and again, maybe I'm being spoiled by IYV, Inyen Vina Guitars. Every guitar I've had come in here, you know, they require string changes and basic setups and things like that. But this one was a little disappointing, and only because when I took it out of the box and let it acclimate for a couple days, it was close to being unplayable, in my opinion. And that was because, not that the frets are bad, because they're not. Everything on the fretboard is good. All the frets have been dressed. That's all fine. It was just set up so bad that it took me, you know, I fooled around with it for an hour or so one day, and then I got a little frustrated, and then I fooled around with it and again the next day, and I got it to where I like it. I was going to go ahead and, you know, restring everything and do it all at that one time, but I didn't do that because I kind of like to do my reviews of a guitar right out of the box. And this is out of the box and kind of set up the way it should have been received, in my opinion. So anyway, when I got it, this bridge was jacked way up, so it was very, very high action up here. The intonation was, and so I did some work on that. So the first thing I did was jack this bridge down, and of course as soon as I jacked it down and got it down so where the strings were viable, you know, somewhat playable, the intonation was, again, it was very, very bad. And then I realized that it was buzzing everywhere, so I then went and did the truss adjustment on here to try to get some relief put in the neck. And that was the other thing that was very, very strange. As soon as I took this truss cover off and went to adjust the truss, it basically had no adjustment on it at all. It was like the truss wasn't tightened down at all. So as soon as I did that and I tightened it up and put a little relief into the neck, things started to work in and started becoming playable. So I gave it probably 2 good turns, which is much more than it would normally need. But again, I don't think there was any, the truss was just loose. There was no tension on the truss rod as far as I could tell. It was very, very loose. So anyway, once I got that done, then I went back and readjusted the bridge, and now it is very playable, although it still needs a string change. The fretboard is not as dry as some that I have seen, but it's dry. I mean, that happens because they're, you know, you're shipping these around and they're sitting in warehouses, and that just happens. But that bridge is now where I like it. The truss is where I like it. The action is where I like it. All I'm going to do now is I'll change these strings out and put a set of Diodario 9s on them like I usually play. These, I think, are 10s, and it will be beautiful. So that's the bad news to get off the top already, okay? So if you're a beginning guitarist and you receive this guitar like I did, you'd probably be sending it back unless you had the skills and you know how to go ahead and adjust a guitar. So Inyen Vina, be careful on these setups on these guitars, at least on this one. Like I said, I've got a lot of them, and they've all been very, very good or close to good. This was not close to good. It was not good. So we got to watch that. The other thing on here is that on this particular bridge, this is a wraparound style bridge, a compensated wraparound bridge, and it gets a little more difficult to intonate when you've got a bridge like this. So again, if you're a beginning guitarist, think about that. Have somebody that you know, or if you know how to do it, to go ahead and get this bridge set up for you. On the B and G part of this bridge, there is a compensated saddle on this, and mine was jacked all the way up. So even though once I got it all set, the B and G strings were way sharp. So I had to bring that back, and I brought it back almost to the very end of the set here, and now they are very good. So just something to think about. Again, if you're a beginning guitarist, if you're a guitarist that likes to mod your guitars and you know what you're doing and you see a good deal on Amazon, which this is, and you're not afraid to get in there and adjust it to how you like it, it's a bargain. And as all the IYV guitars have been, they're very, very good once you get them set and once you change out the strings and clean it up and all that kind of stuff. And this is not going to be any different. I just wanted to mention that it was probably the worst setup IYV that I have received. Okay, outside of the bad news, it's a gorgeous looking guitar. It's nice and light. It did not come perfect. Most don't. And again, I don't want to nitpick a $200 guitar. But I will tell you, because I tell you honestly what's going on here. It does have a few spots underneath the clear coat where it was either oversprayed, and it's got a couple of black marks here. There's one there. There's another one here. The F hole right here has got a mark. It's a little rough on the F-hole binding. Again, it's not terrible. Nothing I would even think about sending it back for. Again, I expect some flaws in a $200 guitar, but I'm just pointing them out. They did black out the insides of these F-holes, but they didn't, they could have taken a little more time and continued down a little bit. So if you, at the right angle, you can see where it stops and you can see the wood behind it. Little things like that. It's got a little spot here where the neck joint meets. There is, some buffing marks here and there. But other than that, the nut was cut very, very good. The fretboard feels wonderful. Again, there's no fret sprout. There's none of that. No sharp edges. Everything feels and looks good. So that's a huge plus. And then other than a few minor cosmetic spots here and there, the guitar is wonderful. They did a nice job of matching the book match on the veneered maple top here. It's not perfect, but it looks great and it's pretty well done. You got a little bit of glob here where the neck joint meets. Again, I'm nitpicking here, but I'm just trying to show you exactly what's going on. But other than that, wonderful guitar. So let's give you the up-close and personal look at this particular model, and then we'll come back and do some tone checks. Let's get to it, folks. Okay, so here's the up-close and personal on the new IYV IPF-300 TSB Tobacco Sunburst. This is their PRS version of their semi-hollow. So again, this would be modeled after something like the PRS SC hollow body. Quite similar setup. And I think that's what they were going with when they did this. You get a nice flame maple top on this. Again, they advertise this as a capped maple top. I actually believe this is a laminate, especially at this price point. But done very well nonetheless. You can see they black out the F-holes. It's got the single master volume and master tone down here with your three-way switch. This has got a kind of an unusual, it's a wraparound bridge, but a compensated wraparound bridge. So you can see here on the B and G string you have a compensation area where you can adjust those. This comes equipped with a set of CNC Destiny wound humbucking pickups. These are Alnico magnets in these, as almost all your IVs are, or your IYV guitars come with Alnicos. And you can see the horns, very, again, similar to your PRS style. This has got a Jatoba fretboard in a very nice, intricate inlay on here. It's kind of like a Tree of Life or maybe a Vine of Life or something, but you can see that. Very cool and very well done, actually. Double action truss rod in this. The scale length of these is actually 635 millimeters, so this is a 25-inch scale, again similar to a PRS. You've got a bound body, bound on the one side, and the F-holes are also bound. Again, nice job. You get your cutout here the recessed cutout on the horn. This is a 14 radius on here. Again, kind of a standard Asian radius. Going up the neck, you can see the vine. It's a modern C neck with a bone nut. And again, you've got the PRS Style. I call it the Gumby style, kind of an A-frame type of headstock with a nice inlay, IYV inlay on that headstock. Again, bone nut. Jatoba fretboard. I'm going to turn the guitar around so you can take a look at the neck. This is a mahogany bodied guitar. Again, with a mapled, veneered maple top, mahogany neck. All the IYVs are made there in their plant in Vietnam. Your standard IYV tuning keys. Again, the tuning keys feel solid on this. I haven't had any issues with any tuning keys on any of the IYV guitars that I've received. And then your body is your dark cherry finish. Again, it's a gloss finish, poly. Very nice cutout here on the neck. Again, these are a fixed neck, not a bolt-on. And this is, again, is your tobacco sunburst flamed maple. This is a 24 fret. From the good folks at Inyen Vina Guitars. The IYV IPF-300 TSB, their PRS version. Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed the up close and personal on the IPF-300 here. As normal, I'm going to run this and try to run a clean patch in through the Monoprice 15 here with my Celestion Vintage 30 cabinet. Again, this particular guitar is equipped with dual humbuckers, three-way switch down here, and a single master volume and master tone. So we're going to start in the bridge position. Tone and volume all the way up. Nice, bright. Sounds very, very good. I'm going to move to the middle now. As most of you know, I'm a P90 fan, single coil fan. I'm not a huge fan of humbuckers, but these sound good. They don't sound muddy, which most humbuckers in my head sound muddy for some reason. Okay, so that's the middle. Let's go up to the neck. Nice. Tell the difference as you go from the neck to the middle. Go back up to the neck and roll that tone down. Nice taper on both the volume and tone pots. Tell the intonation is much better now. I don't know if this has got, hard for me to see. I'm assuming they're kind of dime-sized pots in there. I believe they are, but they sound wonderful. They work fine. No scratchies. Switch works very nice. And again, I haven't done anything to this guitar outside of set it up. It's still got the original strings on it. I haven't even taken the plastic off the humbucking pickups or off the tuners or anything. I haven't done anything else besides set that bridge and put some tension on that truss rod. Let's put a little bit of gruffness on here and see what we got. Alright, that was with the tone and volume rolled down. So now we're going to be in the bridge position. Volume up, tone up. Nice. Wow. Okay. Some of the best humbuckers I have heard in almost any one of the humbucker equipped guitars that I have. I like the pickups. I do. I love the weight. Again, this is very, very light. Take a look. I put it on the scale. That impresses me, number one. So with a set of strings on this, and I'm going to obviously oil this fretboard down a little bit, give it a little polish. What a wonderful, wonderful addition to the stable here. Yes, I know, I got a lot of semi-hollow guitars like this, but not one like this. Again, it's a 25 scale, it's a 24 fret, which is actually kind of cool. I haven't had one in a while. So even up to the B, you can reach. So like I said, even up to the B you could reach on this very, very easily. Very, very nice. The IPF-300 TSB PRS Style from the good folks at Inyen Vina Guitars. Again, these were currently in stock on Amazon. Again, I paid a little bit more than the $215 that they're currently listed as of yesterday morning, but well worth it. Even if you can get anywhere in that $250 to less range, you know. Just a wonderful, wonderful guitar. Again, if it comes in kind of wonky like mine did as far as setup goes, check out that truss rod adjustment, and then obviously check out where your bridge is setting. Again, between the bridge and the truss and getting it just about right, and of course your intonation piece here, the compensated piece on your B and G string, check that out, dial it in, and you should have a wonderful, wonderful semi-hollow with a great looking top. Very nice sounding humbuckers as far as I'm concerned. They sound great. And a nice lightweight guitar that you can just pick up and grab and go. Very, very nice. Again, a wonderful addition to the stable here. We hope you enjoyed it today, folks. I'm going to call it a day on the IYV IPF-300 TSB. Again, they have a complete solid body version of this as well. It's called the IP-300. It's a neck through, so the neck goes all the way down. Again, if the weight doesn't bother you at all, and I don't think it's, I don't know how heavy it actually is. This, again, is nice and light. I prefer it, and I like the throw of a semi-hollow. I just think they sound great when you crank them up a little bit. And, of course, versatile for playing stuff that's nice and clean as well. Okay, so until next time, folks, it's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. To all the subscribers, thank you oh so much. I love you guys. Appreciate it. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, come on over to the good side. We'd really love to have you on board. So until next time, folks, take care. We'll see you later, and we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. I'll leave you with a little outro, too. Thanks, folks. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.